welcome to this video. My name is Taylor Benchard, and in this video, I want to walk you through how to define a niche in your agency so that you're not left like 99% of agencies who really don't know who they're serving. They're just telling people that I help businesses increase sales with Facebook ads, or I help businesses increase sales with chat bots, or I build funnels for businesses, or anything like this. If you really want to scale your agency quickly, and you want your advertising and your marketing to land you high-ticket clients as fast as possible with as little effort as possible, it really all stems from the different dimension that your niche is, depending on the stage of your agency and the level of your agency. So there's 5 different levels of niches that I define in the way that I look at a different niche. And these are the 5 different dimensions. So the example that I'm going to show you is in the weight loss. So if you were a personal trainer, right, that is a service that you're offering. It's not necessarily an agency, but it's very easily relatable to a service that you may be offering in your agency, such as Facebook ads, Amazon advertising, some form of chatbot service, building funnels, whatever it may be that your agency is doing, web design, SEO, blah, blah, blah. You can relate this to your agency and see how it's helpful. So the first type of niche is a level 1 niche. And most people, when they're starting their agency, they think that this is where they need to be. They really define themselves as something like this in the level 1 area or the level 2 area. So let's say that I have a really good body and I decide, all right, I want to use my skills that I have in the gym and my understanding of fitness and nutrition to help people get their body and their health in check and whatever. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to make some money. I'm going to start a service. I'm going to become a personal trainer. And I go out on Facebook and my bio says personal trainer, whatever. And I just start talking about, how to increase your health and maybe gain weight or lose fat and cut down for muscle. And really, when you call yourself a personal trainer, you're targeting the entire world, okay? So this person here with a level 1 defined niche is targeting the world, okay? So when you think about this, if in your advertising you say, I'm a personal trainer, well, who is your target audience? Like, who is it that you're really going after? I mean, every human being on planet Earth wants a better body, right? So if you just go out and call yourself a personal trainer, you're pretty much screwed, okay? But there is a time and place when you can call yourself this, and we'll get to that. But if you're just starting your agency and you maybe are doing between $0 to $10,000 per month, even $20,000 per month, you should never be defining yourself from such a zoomed out high level. And a level 2 niche is where you're getting a little bit more defined, and you're basically saying, okay, I'm not just a personal trainer. You know what? I want to go down and I want to specialize. I don't want to just be a generalist over here. I want to actually start to specialize in something so I can get really good and help one core segment of the market. And so, some people are smart enough and they think, okay, I'm going to specialize in weight loss. Okay, so I'm a personal trainer that specializes in weight loss. And so you go out into the market, maybe your Facebook bio says personal trainer specializing in weight loss, and your marketing resonates a bit better with people that are overweight. That's not a surprise. Again, you're targeting people that are going to be overweight and they want to lose weight. So now you're targeting your ads and your lead gen methods or systems that you're going to be using for getting clients is going to resonate on a deeper level, because you're no longer targeting the world. You're not just targeting every human on Earth. You're only targeting the humans that want to lose weight, which might be like half of planet Earth. And like a lot of people are overweight. So good, you've refined your niche a little bit, but it's still too broad. I mean, again, you're targeting like most of planet Earth. So instead of targeting the whole world, you're targeting most the world here, okay? Most the world. And it's still not refined enough to build a really good lead gen system. You can't be in a level 2 niche and go from $0 to $100,000 per month in your agency within 12 months. You need to go further down. So then what happens is you get to a level 3 niche where you're like, all right, you know what? I really want to specialize. I don't want to be a generalist targeting most of planet Earth. I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to say that I'm going to do weight loss for men. Okay, and now you're starting to develop a niche, okay? This is okay, but it's still not where you want to be. You still want to, if you're in the $0 to $10,000 or even $20,000 per month range in your agency, you want to come down here to level 4, and this is where you ideally want to start And level 5 is even okay too, honestly, but level 4 is where you want to be. So level 3 is you're pretty much targeting, you're still targeting most of planet Earth. It's still not defined enough. So let's talk about level 4. This is where you really want to be. And weight loss for male entrepreneurs. So if you are in the level 4 niche and you're a personal trainer, you are a personal trainer specializing in weight loss for male entrepreneurs. And this is where you start to hit market message resonation, which is basically where you're going after a certain segment of the market. You have a message which is clearly defining your service. And when you put that message out onto a platform like Facebook or Instagram or Quora, Twitter, whatever it might be, when you put your message out there that you are specializing in weight loss for male entrepreneurs, and if you put this message of where you're specializing in a Facebook group that is for male entrepreneurs, or in a Quora forum or a Reddit forum that has a lot of male entrepreneurs that are overweight, if you can find a segment in the market and a place where these types of people are congregating, then you can start to really pull in a lot of clients very quickly. And the only way you can find a certain segment of the market is to clearly define it. So that's why the people up here are struggling so much to get clients, because when you're at level 1, you're just saying that I'm a personal trainer. So you're helping any human on planet Earth. So when you're trying to write a Facebook ad, when you're trying to write a blog post, when you're trying to do any form of lead gen whatsoever, you're screwed because you're targeting the entire world. And you can't really make a message that resonates deep with somebody up here. Okay? So let's bring it down here in level 4. Now we can clearly understand a segment of the market that we're going after in our agency and our service that we're offering. And now we can go to Facebook and say, okay, where can I find male entrepreneurs that are overweight, right? Another example I've seen in this level 4 is personal trainers who specialize in fitness and nutrition for pregnant mothers so they can deliver a healthy baby. Now that's a freaking niche, okay? Imagine if that's your niche. Imagine your niche is so clearly defined that it is personal trainers for pregnant mothers who want to deliver a healthy baby, okay? Now that's a super powerful niche, and you just need to find pregnant mothers and you're targeting them, and that's super defined. Not many people in the world are gonna be doing that. So you can see the power of defining a niche. And really, market message resonation doesn't happen up here. It happens down here. Okay, now level 5, I left a question mark here. What is an example of level 5? Well, I've seen some people start agencies out in level 5 dimension, which is even further. And this is an example where you're basically saying, okay, I do weight loss for male CEOs in the Fortune 500 companies, or Fortune 5000 companies, or Inc. 500 companies, or whatever it is. And you're really, really, really defining a segment of the market, almost to the point where the target that you can hit is right in the bullseye mark. And honestly, I would recommend never going further than dimension level 5, because what happens is if you define your target audience so defined, for example, if you were to say something in level 6, which isn't even on here, if you were to say I help male entrepreneurs over the age of 70 that are CEOs running Fortune 500 companies, you might find 8 people or 5 people in the entire world that you can work with. So you don't want to go too far down into these dimensions. You want to stay, when you're starting out, within level 4 and level 5. Now, what happens over time is companies like Amazon and Jeff Bezos. Think about Jeff Bezos when he started Amazon back in 1997 or 96, I forget when it was. It might have been 1994. But when Jeff Bezos was starting Amazon, his niche was in level 3, but it was super unique. It was a very unique niche. And what it was he was sending books. Basically, he was selling books through the internet, okay? So his niche was selling books, right? Selling books. Okay, so that is one attribute. And then via the internet, okay, so that is a second attribute, and they were also shipping the books to the people, but that kind of comes into play. So at the time when Jeff Bezos started Amazon, he started selling books online. Pretty much nobody was doing that. So that niche, even though it's a pretty fairly high up niche in here, it's like a level 2 or level 3, it still works really well because nobody's doing it, right? And because if nobody's doing it, you can pretty much kill it. So an example of this is I've seen a guy go into the porn niche, like literally, you heard what I said, right? And he was helping people overcome porn addiction. And nobody was doing this, and pretty much he was able to scale extremely quickly from like zero to like $30,000 or $40,000 per month in, I don't know if it was a matter of months or it was over the course of a year, but very, very significant rapid growth. And the definition of his niche was really simple. It was just helping people addicted to porn overcome their addiction. So he didn't have to say helping male entrepreneurs addicted to the porn overcome porn. No, he just had to say something really simple like helping people who are addicted to porn overcome their addiction. And you're able to define a simple niche like that if there's nobody in it. But if you're in a super competitive niche such as weight loss, you need to define the different dimensions and you need to go further down. But if you're in a brand new niche like chatbots, for example, let's say when chatbots came out years ago, I mean, that was a brand new thing that opened up a lot of business opportunities for a lot of people. At the time when chatbots comes out, you can start out up here in level 1 and you can say helping businesses increase their sales with chatbots. And you might do really well and get a lot of clients very quickly. But this does not last long. And the market becomes flooded with competition. And as the market becomes flooded with competition, you need to specialize. You need to niche down. You need to niche down further and further and further until you find a segment of the market that has not been hit. And that is the power of the dimensions of niches. Okay? So if another way of looking at this, if you're still a little bit confused, is level 1 is pretty much you're targeting the entire world. You could just say, I have an advertising agency. This is level 1, advertising agency. So I'm going out to the world and my marketing is, does your business need help with advertising? We're an advertising agency. Like, it's terrible marketing. You can't really target anybody. You're targeting the entire world if you just market yourself as an advertising agency. But level 2 would be like advertising agency specializing in Google AdWords, or like Google AdWords advertising agency, or maybe even a little bit less defined, PPC advertising agency. So you're specializing in pay-per-click advertising. You're an advertising agency that does that. A level 3 would be advertising agency specializing in Google AdWords, which is actually, Google AdWords is a form of PPC. So that's 3 different attributes. You're an advertising agency specializing in PPC, and you're doing Google AdWords, okay? And then you go down a level further, and you could say advertising agency specializing in PPC and Google AdWords doing, what are those called? Shopping cart ads or whatever they're called. I forget there's a certain type of ad in Google that you can run if you're running like an e-commerce store. But you can start to define yourself further and further and further and further. And the power of defining yourself further is that you will be able to then figure out who your target market is and create a message that really resonates deeply with the service that you're offering and the market that you're going after, okay? And you cannot, I repeat, you cannot just start a business in level 1 unless it's a brand new niche and nobody in the entire world has ever gone into it. And if you want to look up somebody who really kind of pioneered the, not really niche, but market levels of sophistication, is Eugene Schwartz. He wrote this amazing book called Breakthrough Advertising. If you haven't read it, it's like $500 on Amazon, but you can buy it for like $110 from Titan Marketing, titansmarketing.com. And Eugene Schwartz in this book, he talks about market level sophistication, how, when the weight loss industry first kind of started and there wasn't many people helping people lose weight as a service, you don't need to say all this crap in level 5 and level 4 to be able to have success. You can simply launch an ad in the newspaper. Like, imagine the first guy who started offering a weight loss service, right? He pretty much just went to the newspaper, he wrote an ad, and the ad said weight loss. And then there was like more text that said something like, you know, are you trying to lose weight? I can help you lose weight. Nothing else needs to be said. Okay, if you are the first person in that industry, that is a huge problem, and a lot of people are going to contact you, and that's it. That's how you can start. But it never really happens like that, because when a new industry or a new niche or a new marketing method such as chatbots or funnels or whatever it is comes out, everybody jumps on it very quickly. So the market sophistications is something Eugene Schwartz talks about, and he talks about how as a niche or a market becomes more sophisticated, such as the weight loss industry, the more sophisticated it is, the more you need to niche down and find a certain segment of the market that you can go after, or else you're never going to really hit market message resonation, okay? So I hope this helped, and I hope that this can help you define a niche that you can go after in your agency, so that you can get very clear on your marketing message, and so that you can sign clients a lot faster, and not just any clients, but like high ticket clients. And for me, this is how I got started in my agency. When I was about 19, I started my agency, and I was very fortunate. I found the Amazon advertising niche, and selling products on Amazon was like a gold mine 4 or 5 years ago. And so when I started my agency, I just said, hey, I help businesses selling products on Amazon increase their sales with Amazon advertising. And this was a very simple niche. It wasn't level 5 or level 4. It was like level 3. And I was able to get to about 10K a month in 90 days. And I remember just being like 19 years old, like, holy shit, I can't believe that this is working. And I didn't understand what was going on at that time. I was just very fortunate to unconsciously happen to stumble upon a niche that was in its infancy and was ripe for a service that I was offering. So you got to really set yourself up for success, because if you just start your agency and you think you're gonna walk into the market and be able to call yourself a personal trainer, you're pretty much fucked, for lack of better words. And if you really want to have success, you need to take a step back, look at the market that you're about to go into. Are you gonna start an agency that is offering Google AdWords? Okay. Well, you can't just offer Google AdWords to every single business. Who are you going to serve, right? So you need to take a step back and think to yourself, okay, what are the different dimensions of the niche that I'm going after? If I want to start an agency that is offering Google AdWords to businesses, how can I niche down and define different dimensions when I start at the top? So it's a really cool exercise. I recommend just drawing some circles like this, and starting at the top, just list out the super high level thing. Like, I want to start an advertising agency. Well, okay, what type of advertising agency do you want to start? And you can write out a bunch of different examples in level 2. Like, I want to start a PPC ad agency. I want to start a newspaper advertising agency. I want to start a, like a local print ads agency that sends postal cards or something like this. And all the different types of ad agencies that are out there, and you want to slowly basically fill down all the way down to level 5. So if you liked this video and you found it kind of insightful for you and your agency, then I recommend going to my website, which is just my first name and my last name, taylorbencherud.com, and you'll see there's a free case study. In the case study, I talk about this way more in depth. I give you examples for an advertising agency. I give you examples on how you actually need to, once you're finished this, what you need to do with it to be able to build a message. And it's a really, really powerful thing. Pretty much, you're never gonna be able to scale very quickly unless you can really understand what niche you're going after and who you're targeting, so you can get very clear on your message, so that your message can resonate very deeply with the market that you're going after, okay? So, thanks for watching this video. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Probably got no subscribers. This is the first video, but I'm going to be releasing weekly videos that are just valuable stuff for agency owners that are doing 5 to 6 figures, and so I can help you grow. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. If you don't follow me on Facebook, feel free to go ahead. I post daily there. I also post a lot of value, and stay tuned for next week's video. Thanks for watching.